Hey everybody, it is Erin and I am back with another Christmas card swap. Now, I have organized a Christmas card swap with a bunch of ladies. There's actually 50 of us in the group this time, and I went to one of my online Facebook groups and started doing it. And some people have already started sending them in, and I already have, because some people have done all of the same card, or for instance, this is from Lori. She did 10 of these and 10 of these, but then I have some people who they sent me 50 cards and almost every single of the 50 cards is different. So I'm going to do a series of videos as these cards come in. That way you can see some amazing inspiration for Christmas cards in a hugely variety of kind of designs and ideas. They're all an A2 size cards, so they all are this standard size that you see here. But anything else was fair game. Whatever else you wanted to do, any kind of method, any kind of idea, just Christmas or holiday theme was kind of the idea. Plus, I figured since it was World Card Making Day today, I thought I would launch them up and give some amazing inspiration for some Christmas cards. So this is video number 1 of Christmas card inspiration ideas. This card right here, these 2 cards are from Lori Barshell. She has, I think, used her Cricut for a lot of this stuff. Now, from what I can tell, both of these green pieces are cut using a Cricut, and it's a series of kind of like leaves and ferns and things. And then she kind of popped dotted them up. She used a whole bunch of glue dots to kind of pop them up. And then there's another piece that she cut right here. It could be a die. I could be wrong. This could be a die. That's the red. And then she cut out of this piece, which it looks like she's double cut this little bow, and then a silver piece right here. Again, it could be a Cricut or it could be a die. I'm not 100% sure. And then there's this really pretty piece right here, which I believe is 2 pieces. So she has a cardstock, which is this silver right here. I think she embossed the silver, which is how you got the dots on the bow part. And then she put a piece of glitter on top of that, so it looks like an ornament, and she hung it inside the card. Because look, she also die cut, or could it be a Cricut cut or a silhouette cut or something to that effect. And she embedded the ribbon inside of the card, and therefore it would hang like a little ornament. That is super cute. I love that. And obviously she's got the inside all decorated as well. So she made 10 of these, which that took a lot of time. So that's pretty awesome. The next card that she made, that Lori put together, and again, she started with a red cardstock, which she folded in half. So the base of your card can be whatever color you want it to be. She then has cut out basically a white, and it's just got a kind of a oval shape cut here at the top, and then it's square at the bottom, which this is all, no, these are 2 pieces. I thought maybe it was 1 full piece. These are 2 pieces. And then there's also a piece of the cream, which is the beginning of the Santa face. Then his nose, which has been pop dotted. And then we have his mustache that's here. And she has embossed the mustache in kind of a snowflake. There it is. You can kind of see the snowflake on there, and left a little tiny thing that looks like it's his mouth. And then she did his eyes in black with a little dot. Now, some of the cards, she didn't do the eyes on all of them. Some of the cards, she did some googly eyes, which is pretty cool. And then a series of little holly pieces, so 3 leaves and 3 little berries. All right, so this next batch all came from one person, and she sent in 50 cards. And my guess is that she has been doing the cards for a while, because some of them, there's only 1, and she just may have made it and then hung on to it. And then some of them, for instance, this little guy, which we're going to go through each of them, she made probably about 30 of these. So I think she compiled as many cards as she had of just whatever random ones, and then created a whole bunch of others. I could be wrong, but I think that's my best guess. And these are all from Kimberly McDonald. So let's take them one at a time. Let's start with this one. Now, the reason why, even though this is the same card, I just wanted to kind of show you, same concept, but she used a different background paper of green. It was all either greens or kind of a light brown for the background, but the concept and even the brown, I think, I could be wrong, but I think even the reindeer was maybe a titch of a different color. So just kind of showing you that you can do the same concept but not have identical papers. So for this one, what she has done is she started off, seeing she even stamped all of her cards handmade by, I mean, every single one has been stamped. She even had some that was If it was Hallmark, it wouldn't look this good. I love that. So she's got quite a few little stamps on the background here. So I don't know which one she did first or second, but there we go. Okay, so she started off with this olive color card. Some of them, she even did them in white. It really depended on the card that she was using. And then she has a little bit of a red paper kind of going along the back side of this. And then she cut a smaller piece of another greenish color paper. This one happens to be kind of like a, I don't know, not a mint, but just a light green. And it almost looks like it has kind of a burlap look to it, even though it doesn't have the texture to go with it. She then has stamped this swirly stamp, which makes it looks like it's his antlers. And then it's a series of ovals. So here's an oval here, and my guess this was probably a Cricut cut, but again, I could be wrong. This could be a silhouette, or it could be, you know, it could be a die, or she could have hand done this and come up with this design on her own, because the shapes are just ovals and circles and then a tag, which is kind of fun. So it's an oval with another oval that she's tucked down underneath. And I don't know if it's been, no, it's a full oval, a little circle here because it looks like Rudolph. And then she's painted in the teeth. Then we have a circle and then another circle for the white. And then it looks like it's just a strip that she put underneath the whole thing and folded over to look like the arms. And then it's holding a tag, which either could be a tag or a present or something. And then two more straight leg pieces, and then some little pieces down here that look like little hooves that are in black. Or I think, oh no, she cut it and then colored it in. So this right here could easily be done without having a die or a Cricut. If you just have punches for ovals and circles, you're good to go. And then to make the rounded pieces, if you've got just like a rounded edge punch or something like that, you could probably achieve that. And so then all she's done is she's taken another small die cut piece and then stamped a Merry Christmas on another oval. So it looks like this shape right here is the same as what this is. This was just longer. So that's really cool. Another one that she had a whole bunch that were similar are this one. And if you notice, this card is the same, but she just changed up the colors and then she changed up what was in the centerpiece. So again, a very similar card. Let's go through this one first. And then this one's very, very similar. So it's a gatefold card, which means that you open it like this. So it's a very different kind of shape. It still is an A2 size. It's just a little bit different. This one actually, if you opened it up and you opened this up, I think it would be the full 12 inches. And then you fold it, you crease it here, along here, you crease on the inside here, and then you fold in the other piece and then you crease the last time. And that way you get the different kind of color that you get through here. She put a Merry Christmas, and on the inside she also put another die cut piece, and this one's got a little bit etching, embossing going on. It's really pretty. It's got a nice raised texture on this really pretty, almost looks like mulberry paper. And the inside of the card is really pretty too, because it's got a nice faded interior, so it looks really gorgeous on the inside. She then has a circle that it looks like it's glitter, so either it came glittered or she glittered it herself, I'm not really sure. And then there's a scallop circle punch, and then there is this little bell that looks like it's been stamped and colored and then die cut. It's very possible she fussy cut that, but she did an amazing job, and there's a little bit of stickles in the bell as well. Another option, if you didn't want to do this, is you could get a really pretty sticker set, and then because you don't have to do the exact same thing for all the cards, you could put a different sticker in the center and it achieves the same idea. So same concept with this card. It's that open gatefold card. So she picked a really pretty paper, same insert here, except she did the stamp color in a blue instead of a red to match. Same concept. It looks like it must be a glittered paper. So a glittered blue with the white scallop, and then here she has a set of mittens that she stamped and cut out, and my guess is a die, because that's, I don't know, maybe it's not, because it looks like it's been hand cut. She fussy cut all that. More power to you, girl. That's awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm just going to do the next one in front of me. Okay, so right here we have a red card, but it opens differently. It opens this way instead. So she stamped on the inside, wishing Christmas cheer and a Happy New Year, which is pretty fun. Again, she's put her stamp on the back. So not all cards have to open traditional. I just took a chance. Not all cards have to open this way. Obviously, same size card can open like this, or we can open like this, which is pretty fun. She has embossed a piece of white paper that's a little bit smaller by about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, embossed it with kind of a letter, and then took some ink and went whoosh all over the front to raise up, and it's kind of a goldish brown, no, it's gold. It's a gold ink that she went over the top. She then has a piece of paper that she has stamped, and in white embossing of this poinsettia. And again, I think this one has been die cut. And then once it was embossed, she then colored in or misted. I can't quite tell. I'm guessing colored because otherwise it would have gone through the back side in red to make it look like it's a poinsettia. And then I'm guessing this is a sticker that says Mary, which is really pretty. So it just has a beautiful, even though it's a very simple, there's just 1, 2, 3 layers on top of a red card. Each layer takes time, but it looks beautiful together. So this is a gorgeous card. Good job. All right, here's another fun one. Ooh, this one took some time. Okay, so again, same card, but instead of flipping it this way, we flipped it this way and we're opening it this direction. So many ways with just one size of a card, an A2 card, how you can change how you're going to do it. Okay, so green card base of which you stand in the center. May happy moments and cherished memories surround you with joy this season. So it's a great way to use some of these sentiment stamps. Just stamp it in the center. Give it a sentiment. It's fantastic. All right, she has taken a piece of white cardstock. This would be my guess. I'm just going to open this up real. Yeah, white cardstock right here. She has taken a piece of white cardstock that I think already had the trees. Either she did it herself or she bought the paper this way, because I can't tell if the green trees were already there or not. It feels like she's already added the stickles to it. The paper could have already been that way, and then she inked the edges in blue because she did that. It didn't come that way. I don't know if the trees and the bark were there already. It could have been that it was already a pre-made idea. She added the twine. She did 3 layers of twine and then a bow, which is great because rule of 3 or 5 always looks best. 2 sometimes can look a little funny. And then a pretty bow. And I love the burlap contrast. Looks like she stamped and die cut this little mouse and then pop dotted him up, and then she colored him in and added some more stickles, and then just a Merry Christmas, which I think she just fussy cut on her own. It could be a die, which is just stamped Merry Christmas. Super cute. All right, another one. Oh, I love these ones that are just layer upon layer, and they're simple, but they're so pretty. And the fact that she used non-traditional colors for Christmas, I think that's great. So this one is a white card. Again, look, we're opening upward. Ta-da! And this one says, sending a little Christmas magic your way. And to tie in the colors, she again stamped in the pink on the inside versus just black. She's kind of tying it all together. So a white card that opens vertically, and then we have a pink that's a little bit smaller, and then she picked a white cardstock of which she stamped all those snowflakes. So my guess is that she just kind of had one stamp with the dots and the snowflakes, and it may have been that way, and she just stamped it all over and overlapped, which is why you're getting some of these snowflakes really close together and why some of them are darker or lighter. And then she took the same cardstock, which is this kind of purpley pink color, mauve, we're going to go with mauve, and a smaller, and then stamped the snowman and then just colored in a little bit of it. And then again, to cut them in rectangles. Also took, it looks like a piece of ribbon. It's not washi tape because it's not stuck down. So a piece of ribbon, but it's a really pretty pinky ribbon. And she's wrapped it around the back side, but it's hiding because it's under the layer. And then put another piece of that pinky cardstock with a stamped Merry Christmas that she then cut into a little banner, and then placed the sequins over there to make it look like it's kind of fun and Christmassy and glittery and snow and the whole thing. So it's taking the idea of Christmas and turning it on its ear by doing a different color, which is really cool. Another card that she has done has been a series of these ones, and I think she made about 10 of these. So she's taken a white cardstock, but it's not true white. It actually has some color. It looks like it's the mulberry paper, like a handmade paper. Again, stamped on the inside, wishing you a never-ending season of love and peace. She has a lot of sentiment stamps, which is pretty darn awesome. Okay, she has taken the white cardstock, and then she's done a series of 3 layers. So we have this piece right here, which looks like it's a vellum. Sorry, this is an acetate with flocking on the outside, which she cut a strip to go here. She then cut a strip of this green paper, and then she cut a strip of this brown swirly paper. And the green paper is kind of the barrier between these two, so you don't see them. She then added a layer of this ribbon and then a little bow, which she's glued down. And here's the trick whenever you do ribbon. Don't tie the bow to the ribbon. Put the ribbon down first, glue it down, make your bow separate, and glue your bow. And it's the trick to make it look really pretty and make it nice and flat and gorgeous. She then has done a scalloped with a punch, and that's just a punch in red ink, and then she's added stickles to the front of that. She also made this little banner down here, which she stamped and then added a little stickle right there. And then this is a floret flower, which what she's done is she's taken it and it's like a strip that you get. I think it's a long strip, and then you accordion fold it and then roll it into a flower. I think that's what she's done, if I can see that really carefully. I don't want to mess the card up because somebody else is probably going to be getting this card, but I'm pretty sure that's what she did. Yeah. And then she dotted it up. And so somewhere along here, there's actually going to be an end and a beginning, and I think it's right here. So my guess is she just took a strip of paper, took an edge punch, went all around the edges, and then accordion folded it and rolled it into a flower and then smashed it down. And then added another circle punch, which she stamped in red, and added more stickles to match with this. So that's really pretty. She did a whole bunch of these. So that's a lot of work to make this doily thing right here. Good job. Oh, this one's fun. Okay, so this one she started off with a, again, non-traditional color for Christmas. These are not what I would call my traditional Christmas colors. I think traditional Christmas colors, I go for this, or I'd go for this. This one's really cool. Okay, so it's a baby blue cardstock. Again, flipping it and turning it this way. She then put a green cardstock on the back, and then she went with a dark brown. And then she took a white cardstock and she stamped this and she stamped this, and then she cut it and separated it to give it a separation as it was on the paper, and she cut it into 3 sections. So even though this was stamped together, she's kind of pulled it apart, but just enough but you can tell that the stamp was together, which is kind of cool. It just makes it a little bit of a different thing. She inked all these edges of the white in the same kind of baby blue color as the cardstock. Then she punched out a snowflake in the baby blue, which is the same color, and then took, again, the dark brown and then the white and put Merry Christmas as a stamp. But then she cut out this swirly, I think it's a stamp, and then recut it out. I think it's actually part of, yeah, so this entire stamp, this Merry Christmas, actually has this swirly thing on there. She could have left it as is, but instead she restamped it in green and fussy cut out the C right here and overlaid it over top to give it a whole different kind of a dimension to tie in the green that is back here. And it looks like there's a little bit of green, so it looks like she took a little bit of the green ink, and then she also stickled all this stuff to make it look like it's glistening in snow. That took a lot of work. It looks very simple, but there's a lot of layers to this. She really goes into a lot of detail in her cards. Fantastic. All right, here's a cute one. I love the feet. Okay, she has taken, oh, there's no sentiment in the middle this time. All right, so we've taken a green or like an olive cardstock, and then she took this pretty snowflake paper, cut it down a little bit smaller, took a striped paper that probably came from the same paper family as my guess, and cut it to make it look like it's stockings on an elf. And then we have our little elf shoes, which I believe are some dies because there's a little bit of an embossing going along here. And then they're already cut to a cute shape, and then they have the little belt buckles on there. And the flower, and I believe, yep, that's a brad right there in the middle on both of those, which looks so cute because it looks like a bell. And then she's got this fun little, it's basically a tag, or it's like a scroll, not a scroll. It's just an embellishment. It almost looks like it's a bracket kind of a shape. And then she stamped it. So my guess that kind of came together because it was a stamp and then die cut. And she's just popped out that up, and this is Have a Jolly Christmas. Oh, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Very cute. All right, here's another fun one. So this is, again, a vertical tag. We're back to our stamps. It's the jolliest, lightest, merriest, bright, most wonderful time of the year. So she's taken her green cardstock, but she only embossed on the green this half of the card, which means she probably put the embossing folder, just ran through the certain spot, and then stopped. So it would just have a little bit of light embossing. And you can see it's a snowflake embossed. It's right there. You can see that. That's really pretty. So when you open up your card, you actually get a little bit in here too. That's so cool. All right, she has then taken a strip of paper here, and it looks like it's been embossed in red dots, or it may have come that way. I've seen paper that's been embossed already, or she could have done it herself. Again, without seeing her supplies, I'm not sure. And then it's got a little bit of a punch. Yeah, that's got to be a border punch. I think it goes, yeah, it goes all the way across. She then cut out this little die piece and then stamped the Santa Claus on there with all the snow falling, and then colored him in, and then added this little ribbon, and then a Merry and a Christmas that she probably die cut that out, or it could be a punch, and then stamped on top. It says Merry Christmas in red. Adorable. Right here we have another red card, and she just stamped with white, which looks really pretty. So people get white ink or are never really sure what they should stamp on, so dark colors look really fantastic, like a red or a dark green. It would look really pretty on this brown right here, or a black, or craft. White cardstock or white ink looks good in a lot of dark colors, a dark blue, that kind of stuff. Like it looks really pretty on, oh, see, look, haha, white ink. She thought ahead on that. Okay, so we have our red cardstock. She then put a mat of white and then another, and even though it's not the same color red, it really does work. So it's a way to kind of bring in, if she put the two colors of red together, it would probably look funny, which is why we need to mat it with a white. And even though this is a cream, it really does work. And then we have another cardstock color, and that's not a card, another pattern paper that's got all these little snowflakes in it. And then she put a border of the green, and the green is very, it doesn't even go all the way through. It's just a very small light. It's like she punched it with the scallop. I've seen that scallop punch in a few of her cards, which means it's probably a border punch. And she just cut off a little section and tucked it underneath there. She has this scallop circle with another circle and then a white circle. So we have a red scallop circle that's got this really pretty holes. My guess is that's a die. And then a green circle and then the white circle. And the white circle, she stamped the little penguin. And my guess is that penguin's a little bigger, and she stamped it and then die cut it so it fit perfectly in there. Either punched it or die cut it, I'm not sure. But it's a fun way to use a stamp without having to use the whole stamp. And then a little green bow. Adorable. All right, here is another one. So look, we can still see she's using a lot of the circles. So either it's a circle or a stamp or a punch. I have both, so maybe she flip-flops between the two. All right, so blue cardstock for the card. It opens up this way. Warmest greetings of the season and every good wish for the coming year. That's pretty fun. So again, it's a good way to use your white ink and make it pop, because if you use black, it would hide. Or a light blue, like the baby blue. Like that's too dark. You would not see that, but like a baby blue, like this color blue would probably pop on there too, but white looks great. She then took this lighter blue cardstock, stamped a bunch of snowflakes on there. She has this ribbon which goes through the back. It's actually tacked on between the dark blue and the light blue. That's what holds the ribbon together. We have another white circle, which she stamped again with the same stamp, but in the same color, but then a darker color blue as well. We have a circle up here that's been embossed, and it's the same color dark blue as this, and then another circle that's been stamped and then die cut out or punched out in that circle shape in the same blue that's this blue right here. We have the same blue that's on this paper, but to make it pop and look a little different, what she did is she inked the edges in the darker blue color, which is this one right here. And then she did a white circle, which she also inked in that darker blue color, and then stamped a little snowman there. That's pretty adorable. I'm trying to figure out what this white piece is. Oh, it shouldn't be there. It's a little extra. So super cute. And again, not traditional Christmas colors by going with blue, which is kind of fun. All right, here we have a Let It Snow. So even though it doesn't say anything about Christmas, and this one does say Christmas, she's got a couple that are just more like Let It Snow. So it's, even though you may not live in a snowy area, you still think Christmas when you see these kinds of ones. So again, non-traditional Christmas colors, but definitely snow colors. We have a light blue base. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So I guess if you live in an area that has snow, we don't get it here in Texas, so, but it's still fun to look at. We have a white cardstock that has been embossed, but the embossing actually has more dots at the top than it does in the bottom. It actually gets less dotted, and you'll see that when I take the picture here in a minute. She stamped Let It Snow, and she also stamped all these little snowflakes on here with a similar color that matches the cardstock. It's almost a perfect match. And then she's got, and this is something that you could actually do yourself without having to have any kind of fancy crickets or anything like that. She has punched a large circle in black, a smaller circle in white, and then she just stuck it on the corner of the page, and my guess is she just came in and cut it. And then she took a really small circle, cut that in half, and stuck the two little pieces of white on there to make it look like the eyes, and then a little triangle nose for the carrot. She hand drew in the smile, and then a little tiny flower with a gem in there for, so my guess is it's a girl snowman, would be my thought. The reason for the black over the white is if you did white on white, it would blend in too much. So she's using the black as a contrast. So that's really cool. That's really smart. That's awesome. And then the corners of the white cardstock, she actually trimmed a little bit of just took a snip of her scissors just to give a little bit of a contrast, which is kind of fun. I love that. All right, here's what I would call more your traditional Christmassy snow card, which is really pretty. Stamped again on the inside. So we have a craft base, and she used the same green ink, or one of the green inks that's in here. It says, "May peace and joy of the season be with you throughout your new year." All right, so craft base, but then we have kind of this olive color, and then a tan, and then a white. And all the work has pretty much been done on the white cardstock. She stamped 1, 2, 3, 4 trees, and it looks like she masked this tree, which means that, or she just stamped over top of it. She then stamped another tree right here, but fussy cut that guy out to make it as a pop of layer. Added a ton of stickles over everything, add the stamp Season's Greetings. And then she has 2 pieces of white cardstock that she put embossing, and it's a whole bunch of series of little white dots on the embossing. She put one layer, then she put the tree, and then put another layer, and she ripped the top to make it look like it's snowdrifts. And then added stickles on the top, just in clear, to make it look like the snow is glistening on the snowdrifts. And then a little brad and a little bit of some ribbon here. My guess is what's holding the whole thing together. She's probably glued it. It's just another little embellishment on the side, which is really pretty. I love those colors together. Really nice. I love it when you get something that's not, so for me, this little snowman's kind of cutesy. This one's just silly. It's kind of one of those, well, why is a bird on there? And why is it doing this, that, and the other? So you can kind of have fun with your stamps too, versus more of a traditional looking one. So here we have it's a brown, no, it's kind of like a grayish cardstock where she just wrote Happy Holidays. And then she has cut out the exact same shape in, oh no, she layered everything on top. I take that back. It's not, she just layered everything on top of this kind of grayish paper. So she's got a strip here of the green dots, and then she's got a solid red strip right here. Then she's got a section of, and this doesn't even go all the way through. Oh, that's different. Okay. So then she's got a section right here where it's red dots. Over here, she's got a section which is kind of a green, I don't know, a little bit of a green, but it's got some texture, or it's got writing on it. A solid green cardstock, and then we have red striped cardstock. So my guess is that she had a whole paper pack full of these papers, and she just cut them up, and then she gridded it out. And I think the center, she didn't even go. So this little red dot paper is just a really small strip that goes right here, and then just layered everything on top of each other to kind of fill in. And then a big giant white paper that she stamped the tree and the snowman, colored them in, cut the corners. As you can see, she just took her scissors and cut, stamped a snowball, and colored that in, but it looks like she put like a white pen over top of part of it too, then colored in the little bird, and then she pop-dotted that off, so it looks like the snowball is kind of running. And then it says, "Hope your Christmas is snow," hence the snow, much fun. Very cute. All right, now we have the Rudolph, and this one is on no stamp on the inside. So again, baby blue cardstock. So what she did is she took a white cardstock, punched out this, or die cut out the circular, and then also embossed it. And it's that same embossing she used on the other card. It was a whole bunch of dots and they faded, but this time she put the more concentrated dots at the bottom and faded upwards. So it looks like the snow is falling and settling on the ground. But the bottom here is not embossed, so it only goes to embossing right about here. This is just solid white cardstock. So to kind of barrier between the two, she put this pretty ribbon, and again, she tied the bow separate and stuck it on top. She then took the same baby blue cardstock and then the white cardstock, turned them into tags, and stamped the "Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow." And then she inserted into this little peekaboo hole, she stamped the Rudolph, colored it in, and then just stuck it to the back. So that way it looks like it's in this little peekaboo hole, but it's not peekaboo the whole way, it's just peekaboo through here, which is pretty cool. We have Santa Claus opening up. It says "Happy Holidays." And it looks like it's a Santa, but then it looks like his shirt with his belt buckle, and that's a smart idea. Okay, so it says "Wishing a Merry Christmas," red cardstock. Let's start with this side. We have a black cardstock as the base, and then we have a white right here that she stamped and colored it in, and it's very simple. She took a white scallop, and then she put a white piece, which she looks like she just colored in 2 circles. And then we have a black piece of paper that she took the top of a soda can and she strung it through to make it look like his belt. Isn't that the cutest thing? So she just yanked it off the top of a soda can. And that's it. That's as hard as that is. I mean, you could just do your card with that and it would be super cute. But it looks really cool with the Santa because then you definitely know how they go together. But you could do the bigger version of it like this and it would still look adorable. So very, very cute. All right, these last set of cards came from Lynn Dollahoff, and some of them are kind of similar, and then there's this one that's very different. So let's start with this one first. So she's just taken a white cardstock, as you can see right here. She stamped "Made with Love," and she wrote her name Lynn in there, which is very fun. And then she's got a little, it looks like a sticker that says "Season Greetings," and they all have that in there. The sticker for the other 10, because she made 10 like this, might be a tiny bit different, but it's the same concept, like Merry Christmas or whatever. So it's all got a little sticker on the inside. She has then taken an embossing folder, and it's in the shape of a Christmas tree. And then I believe she stamped the same kind of swirly stamp right on top of that in the green. And then she's taken I think she just took a pen, which is in gold, and she added all these little dots. She found where the dots are, and she emphasized those sections in the gold, re-emphasized the swirl down here, and then added some of the swirls in the tree, and then just left it because that looks so pretty just all by itself. It looks really awesome. The next kind of card she did, and the rest of these are kind of similar in one respect. There is a main image in the middle of all of them that are kind of a large, either kind of a puffy sticker. They already have some three-dimensional. You notice there's layers to the sticker. They're all kind of like that, and that's what the similarity is between them. But then there's some differences too. So for this card, again, white cardstock, she added some stickers and like a large sticker in the center, and then she put an embossing folder, and this one's a series of little snowflakes with Christmas ornaments, and you can just barely see it in here. She added some gems onto that same the die, added a sticker, and then put a fun sentiment. She's got about 5 or 6 of this particular card where it's the same concept, but the sticker in the middle may be a little bit different. They're all like, she's got, like this one's got a koala. Even though it looks like from the same kind of set of stickers, they're different but similar. This one, she has taken a snowflake die on a green card base, and this one she die cut out kind of a scallop rectangle and put a stamp wishing you the happiest of holidays. And then again, put the gems on here. This time she added a little corner bracket. Looks like it was either punch or a die. Yeah, it's over top. It's the red's over top of the white, so that's it, just that little corner. Glued on top. A little sticker right here that says joy, and then the little koala with his snowman hat on. So that's what that is. This is just, it's a one-piece sticker, and she's made that the focal point. This card here, there's no embossing. She's got one little sticker on the inside. Again, she's put the stamp on the back side of all of her cards. And then she's got a set of stickers. This is all stickers on the front. So she's got the season's greetings. She's got the stickers in the corner. This very well could have been a sticker, but it feels like paper on that card. And then this little piece right here is a sticker. She then put the kind of the puffy layered sticker in the middle, and then a couple of little stars here at the bottom. Here is a whole bunch of ideas that you just got for some Christmas cards. A huge range from simplistic to a little fancy to some embossing to stamping to stickers. I mean, you name it, we kind of covered it. It definitely had the whole range. The only thing I didn't see was any kind of misting. But again, this is just the beginning of a set of cards. This, I believe, was about 22 to 23 cards. I'll have to go back and double count all the ones that I showed you for inspiration for making your Christmas cards. And I will have a whole series of these videos as they keep coming into me to give you even more inspiration for when you want to make your own handmade Christmas cards. So for those of you who I've already showed, amazing card ladies, thank you so much for being part of my swap. For those of you who I have yet to have them, I cannot wait to see them. So much, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Have a very Merry holiday.